Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Ace Perkins and I hope that this video is finding you well. Today's topic is going to be about Python, and I know there are millions of videos, I'm sure, about Python, but this particular video is for folks who are learning the language. I am learning the language, and I just wanted to encourage and motivate others who are trying to learn the language, techniques that are going to help you learn the language very well and effectively. Right now, I would say that I've been messing around with programming for about 2 years, mainly with scripting. And Python is the one that I've really been practicing lately, and I really enjoy it. I like making automations with the module PyAuto GUI. But anyways, here are the lessons for how I learn. ACE's Python learning methods. Number one. One of the things that has been really a blessing for me is ChatGPT. That is wonderful. When you pair ChatGPT with Python documentation, I would go to the Python documentation, go through the tutorial, and literally copy and paste the documentation at bits and pieces, chunks at a time, chapter by chapter, section by section, into ChatGPT, and have the prompt in your ChatGPT be, explain this better, and then explain this in the voice of Michael Scott from The Office, or explain this in the voice of Han Solo from Star Wars, or explain this, have it explained to you in multiple different ways. And what's so fun about ChatGPT is that I can also learn how to I can ask it to give me, I can write some code, and then I can ask it to give me 10 examples of how this code could be written, and what other use case scenarios in the real world would I be using this kind of script or this kind of code. Anytime I have questions about anything regarding my very custom-made code, it will explain code to me. One idea that I need to try is to go through GitHub and literally just have ChatGPT explain line for line what the code means in a lot of these different programs. So copying and pasting documentation for any module or any documentation you can find, ChatGPT will help you understand it in the voice of your favorite actor or actress or any celebrity. It is so, you have to try it out. Secondly, what's been really helpful for me is just carrying a notepad and practicing writing Python with whatever happens to be in front of me. Right now I'm driving. I would make a dictionary, and the dictionary could include right now I'm on a freeway, so I would make a list with what I see. So it'd be freeway equals opening brackets cars, comma freeway, comma clouds, comma scenery, comma box trucks. You get the idea. I will practice writing down if else statements. I will practice You can practice making Boolean expressions. You can practice making dictionaries. You can practice making classes and what else? Inheritance. Was that what it's called? So classes, and then you can practice inheriting. Not sure. I'm not saying that right, but it's totally helping me practice. When I have a piece of paper, I continue creating stronger neural connections over these topics. The more we practice, the better we get. And we need to practice. I'm reading a book my friend Sebastian suggested to me called The Practice of Practice. Check it out. Great book. But it really goes into detail about how we must practice, and some people don't even call it practice. We need to spend time building those neural connections with the subject matter, with Python. So it might seem boring, right, to make a list or a dictionary, but reward yourself internally. Give yourself a pat on the back anytime you create a list. Like, you know what? Making lists a fun activity. Train yourself to make lists and dictionaries and classes and Boolean statements and all sorts of Python terminology. Practice those topics and write them down. Write poetry in Python. Write it down on a piece of paper. Practice messing around with the IDE anytime you want. Just to give an idea of what it's like to think in Python. So you will see that your perception of how computers communicate and how the computer languages actually operate in your day-to-day life. That's what happened with me. And I am getting better and better every single day. My Python programming is getting better and better every day. But it is totally a mind shift because I do not come from a background of engineering. I do not come from a background where my mind thinks in variables and something as simple as a variable. My mind did not think that way. So do not be discouraged if you're going into Python and you're going into programming and you've never dealt with this kind of way of looking at reality with logic and with a bunch of variables. Your mind will get there. You just have to spend time with it and make it fun and spend a lot. Cut out all the distractions in your life. Cut out the distractions, whether it be needless TV or unnecessary habits that are, like partying or doing things that, whatever is distracting you. And that could be a whole another YouTube video. But anyhow, if you found value in this, please drop a like. And if you find that you want to hear more of content like this, please subscribe. I on my YouTube channel, I talk about all sorts of ways to practice self-discipline, which can really help with learning programming language. So please check that out. I love you. I pray that Jesus blesses your day. Mwah! Thanks for tuning in.